He leapt down onto a terrace tiered with flowers planted by Khun Chang. Even past midnight, the fragrance of pollen wafting on the wind was fresh and pleasing. Rows of pots were planted with gem jasmine, damascene, milkwood, and lightleaf, elegantly shaped. Jasmine rose and hidden lover with sensuous scents, lamduan that lured him on, and waiting lady that stayed him to stare in admiration. Beyond he found a basin with goldfish swimming, slip-sliding side by side, diving down, gliding along in pairs like loving couples, wheeling around and waving their tails sublimely. Further on he found a yoke, plough, animal bells, coils of rope, and elephant equipment. He walked up to the central hall. A large frame held a picture of a seated Farang. He entered a room full of glittering crystal, double screens, curtains and blinds. This curtain is Wanthong's handiwork. Her silk embroidery is very precise. She had cleverly embroidered the story of Gawi, but the story inflamed his rage. It's like Khun Chang seizing Wanthong from me. That lord would have no difficulty getting 10,000 women. Khun Chang is a rich man too, loaded. Suddenly he raised his sword, Skystorm, and slashed the curtain to ribbons. Cutting the drape and mosquito net away from the bed, he saw Khun Chang's stout form lying with his arms around Wanthong. You black woman, you feel even less shame for your own body than there's dirt under your fingernails. Is he a good match for your figure? Oh, such a perfect couple. I look at your cheeks, but they've lost their sheen. Oh, my Wanthong, I didn't think it could come to this, that you could sacrifice your rank and your dignity like a jewel ending up with a monkey. He combed Khun Chang's hair upwards into a curving wing and plucked a track 2 fingers wide round the base with tweezers. Damn you, your empty skull makes fleas go hungry. He laughed at his handiwork, then kicked Khun Chang down in a heap on the floor and found 2 pots to tie round his neck. Finished with him, he stepped onto the bed beside Wanthong and loosed a deep sigh. My hand alone should feel your soft flesh this way. I alone should cherish you this gently and touch you with my palms like pressing gold leaf. Wake up and take a peek at your husband.
She cuddled up to Khun Phaen and lay still. A shiver of fear ran through her body, and she pinched what she thought was Khun Chang to wake him. Let me tell you my horrible nightmare. You built a fire in the mosquito net. The curtain, pillows, and mattress went up in flames, and I was blistered in several places. There was no one to help me beat it out. I was terrified. Please tell me what this dream means.
This is a good dream, Eyes Jewel. When you dreamed that fire consumed the mattress, pillow, and curtain, it means someone else will bring those things to you. As for feeling upset, it means you'll hate some bad, besotted person. Dreaming you cried out means something loved and lost will return. You and I will be happy. Let me give you a little kiss.
Wanthong did not recognize the voice. She felt the smoothness of his chest and the slimness of his waist. Is Khun Chang this slim? I can't even get my hand around his wrist. She sprang awake in alarm. Groping around, she found Khun Chang. Why are you lying down here on the floor with your eyes closed? In panic, she tried to shake him awake.
Wanthong, my love, open your eyes and look what's happening. I'm not some bandit, so don't jump up and start shouting. You're shaking a sleeping person awake while making a waking one feel unwelcome. It's a pity. I can remember every inch of your face and body, but to you, I'm a stranger. You feel with your hands, but you have no inkling. You found yourself a good husband with lots of property and forgotten the old house and a poor friend. You fell for the ploys of this pestering Khun Chang, and now you're hugging a log that looks like a person.
He's sharp at using words to wound me. This can only be Khun Phaen for certain. He's so stubbornly sure of himself and fears nobody. With his powers, he'll create havoc. Stay still and think. What will be, according to karma. He may trample me to pieces, but I'm not afraid of him. She battered over a beetle tray and got up with tears in her eyes. Shh! That's enough. I thank you. You're true to your word in everything, but in reality never in full measure. You can even spit saliva out of your mouth and swallow it back again. You are really good.
Cha, don't stop. Today let's hear each other out. Just now you said I wasn't true to my word. You make lots of insinuations and you're very self-righteous, but when it comes to keeping one's word, it's you who gives short change. You broke your promise first with bad intentions, and so I've come after you to balance the account. As soon as you had Khun Chang, you weighed matters up and became very, very light with the truth. How many days has he been allowed to enjoy you in my place? Aren't you sated and satisfied yet? Does he still make you shake, shudder, swelter and swoon?
Say what you like. I'm not afraid. It all comes down to calling me bad over and over and over again. You're taking one tiny little hair and slicing half of it into 7 strands. You are the one who is so self-righteous. Why are you pointing the finger at me? Only recently you came after me with a raised stick and a clenched fist. I still remember the past perfectly. You told that woman, Wanthong, to slap me with no respect. I tried to stop Khun Chang making love to me. He's ugly and it was shameful. My mother forced me into the bridal house. So Khun Chang had the opportunity to do the damage. When I've been through this much, don't you come back and carp at me. I'm spoiled because you didn't care. If you had some mercy, nothing would have happened. When things are going your way, you saw. You get a good new wife and have no complaints, all lovey-dovey. But now Wanthong has left you, hasn't she? That's why you blunder up here in the blaze in the night. Starve for water. Are you now turning to drink mud?
Oh, so eloquent and so self-righteous. You don't want me to say anything. Just stay at home with my eyes closed like an idiot, while you do as you will. Just who did I call to slap you, as you say? On that day, you were in such a black fury with Wanthong that you insulted her badly. Who wouldn't take offence? Because I had mercy, I didn't slash you dead. I was angry with you, yes, but I didn't break it off. 2 nights later, I came to the house and found this wild elephant all over you in bed. On that day, you nearly died. If I'd used my kriss, by now you'd be ash. No, I was angry. I still loved and missed you, so I forgave you. I'm still wavering and thinking of our love, but you're twisting everything to blame me. You got caught by his bait, and once you were in the cage, you couldn't wriggle free, so you decided to turn against me. It's a waste to have loved you. I can see clearly what's really been going on. I come to find you, but you act as if you hate me. For pity's sake, Wanthong, how can you cut me off like snapping a stalk? In the past, you said that you'd rather die than let another man touch you, that you'd keep your love only for me. Why do you now let this fellow feel and fondle you? You still want to rouse him to kill me. Where is pike and sword? Bring them in. If he opens his eyes to see me kissing you, then I'll die easily, topped at the neck. It's not every day that a good man dies. In olden times, they said women had 300 wiles, and they weren't making it up. I'll mould a statue of you for all to see as an example of how good looks can go with a bad heart, how such round black eyes hide a sharpness inside.
I'm sleeping with Khun Chang, it's true, but I put up a huge fight first. If my husband had had mercy and protected me, who could have done this to me? You just cast your net and take whatever fish is in front of the trap. On the day of the quarrel with Wanthong, You roared and bellowed on, even chased after to slash me dead. I was so angry I went to hang myself. Because your heart was no mercy. You mounted your elephant and went off with Wanthong, and you have the nerve to say, I don't keep my word. You say I have 300 wives, and you want to make a statue as an example. Why didn't you do it before? Because you're fondling her to your heart's content and didn't open your eyes. Now you think I'm bad and won't support me. Nobody will argue with you if someone is bad. People run a mile. If someone is good, who doesn't love him? You are ashamed you made the mistake of becoming my husband. Back when you loved me and lived with me, your complexion turned dark and blotchy as if affected by someone in my body. But since you went with Wanthong, your skin gleams like a glittering diamond. Your complexion glistens as if fringed with gold. So why flip-flop back to philander here? It's not right for you to eat leftovers. It's beyond the call of duty, not befitting your status. Don't keep circling round and round. I release you like giving freedom to a bird. If you want money, I won't mind giving it to you. Or is it losing Wanthong that's make you gloomy? I find a squeeze to cheer you up. Would you prefer a tie or a lao? Should the young lady have a chignon or a topknot? I beg you to stop pestering me.
You're weaving quite a tale, Miss Storyteller. You think I'm poor and penniless, so you can just mock and tease me. I know your lover is a rich man with heaps of money to give whenever you wish. I have nothing, no gifts to bring you, no means of support. Khun Chang has wealth in millions. He's a real aristocrat. You want to foist someone on me to fill my loss so you can cuddle him in comfort. Don't bother thinking that I'll give you up. Even a lady from deuced heaven won't make me waver. My love hasn't faded. I've come to take you away. Though you're spoiled and fallen now, I don't care. It's almost dawn and time to go. If you won't come, I'll cut you in two. He brandished his sword Strystorm and blew a mantra onto her face. Don't underestimate me. Quickly, get up. We're in a hurry.
Hit by the mantra, Wanthong felt drowsy. Her ankle ached and she stopped struggling. What is this, my lord? Don't force me. I'll fetch some things. I'm going, understand? I'll take some savings, rings, money, cloth. Why raise your sword to kill me? I'll leave quietly, so let go of my hands.
Are you losing your biting eloquence? No more sounding off and waving your hands around. Good. Go and pick out some clothes and come back here. He blew a mantra onto his hands and stroked her back. I love you, really I do. I teased you only because I was angry.
She walked into the room to collect things. When she unlocked a chest, fragrance billowed out from the silk and cotton. She picked out pieces and folded them neatly, then quickly unlocked another chest full of gold, sapphires, emeralds, and rings sparkling with diamonds. She picked some out and wrapped them tightly in a shawl, then quickly left the bedroom, not raising her face. On the terrace, she stopped and turned to look back at the house with pangs of regret. She walked to the fish pond, leaned over and slid in her hand to feel the smooth, round, sculpted shapes of the fish as they wheel and whirl. She glanced her eyes over the pot plants, paired in couples with pretty blooms. I say farewell, my fragrant sandalwoods. Stay and flourish, jasmine and hidden lover. O Lamduan, I lament having to hurry on. Milkwood, jasmine, and damascene, I miss the scent of your falling flowers. Dear Jumpy, till I see you, how many years? O fragrant friends, your flooding scent will sadly fade and fail. O flowering friends, your blooms will wither with wilt and fall. From today, I see only tall trees. I leave this house to live in the forest where mosquitoes and midges will swarm over me. Tree roots will replace my pillows, and I sleep painfully. The stars will serve as torches, and I will despair.
Don't cry. Be my companion in the forest and enjoy seeing the birds for a month. Then I'll bring you back here and come to fetch you again a month later. There'll be times with him and times without. With him, you can relish a house, and with me, revel in the forest. You can take turns at being rich and being poor and find out which is best.
Oh, shut up! I go anywhere with you for the long term. Taking me away that bringing me back would bring me shame and misery. I won't go. I won't go.
Can't I tease just a little? Why are you so touchy, Wanthong? I love you and will take you to enjoy. Don't imagine I'd really give you back to anyone. Come and mount the horse.
Once in the saddle, Wanthong clung to Khun Phaen in flight with both her arms tight round his body.
Khun Phaen smiled, nudged her teasingly with his elbow, and turned to say, "That's nice and close. Give me a little kiss and we'll be off." They passed Wat Dalum by a lake and salt lake, and Gamyan Mound by a fragrant pond. With her arms around Khun Phaen, Wanthong's sadness gradually slipped away. Reaching the river at Ban Plap, he reined the horse to a halt and wondered what to do. I seem to remember there's a ferryman for hire. He shouted out in a loud and intimidating voice, "We're here on orders from the king to investigate whether a herd of elephants has come to the salt lick. Fetch us across without delay." Mato Tabom the boatman was fast asleep. Catching the part about a royal order, he started awake, took off all his clothes, waded through the mud and got in the boat. Seeing a horse and 2 people at the landing, he levered himself up. "Is he fooling me? Looks like he's kidnapped a palace lady and spun a tale to get me to bring the boat." He paddled along, stark naked. Wanthong slyly shut her eyes. "Put a cloth on first, boatman." Mato Tabom glanced down. "Who took my cloth?" He sank on his heels, covered himself with both hands, and quickly wrapped a cloth round his belly. "I think you're fooling me. You've kidnapped one of the king's ladies." Khun Phaen knew that delay would bring disaster, so he chanted a formula, leapt down from the horse, and blew it on Mato's face. From his little finger he took a ring with a lustrous pearl. "It's nearly sunrise, good boatman. Please take us across quickly." Mato Tabom's mouth fell open. "Oh, I'll sell this to redeem a slave I can hug in bed. I'm in love with Eklai at the end of the village and Epon with the dangling breasts, the wife of Panson. Come along quick. You must cross the fields and get clear of the village. Once people wake up, there'll be trouble, and you'll be the death of me too." Reaching the other ferry landing, Khun Phaen lifted Wanthong in his arms up onto the horse, held her to make sure she would not fall, then dug his heels into Colour of Mist, who set off at a thundering gallop. A brilliant moon bounded above. They reached Prat Hill. He pointed out to Wanthong, "From here, Venus looks like a firefly." The moon was fast dipping down. The fresh fragrance of many flowers mingled merrily with the perfume of her cheeks. A patter of pollen softly suffused the air. He pulled down a branch, picked a posy, put it behind her ear, and gaily inhaled the scent. "Let me savour the flower. Just a little taste."
"Hey, don't touch. My things will bruise."
"I'm touching very softly, just enough to drive away the weariness of the night. I'm never rough. That's an old bruise you got in a row."
"Oh, what's this? Even now you are cutting." A loud crow announced the approaching dawn. The shrill of cicadas and drone of crickets rang through the forest all around them when golden light lit the earth. Birds burst into song. A gibbon hanging from a branch whooped plaintively at seeing the light of the sun, tinged strangely red like dripping blood. At the sight of people, she swung away, followed by her young, worried their mother was abandoning them.
By the banks of a pond, he saw a lone adjutant stork wading and bobbing its head. What's this? Khun Chang has chased us down already. Look!
Wanthong's heart skipped a beat. She peered round for a moment, but only saw a stork catching crabs.
Oh, it's a bird, Wanthong. From a distance I thought it was your husband giving chase. Now we're close, I can see it's a stork. Why has it got no hair on its head? There are people with heads like that too. What if he really had come? If he got too close, I'd hand you back to him. If he sued me in court, I'd get evidence that I didn't break in and take his lordship's wife by force, but went there on other business, and she fell in love with me and raced in pursuit, begging to come along. Even though I refused, she grabbed the horse's tail, and I took pity on her and let her mount and ride. Next thing, she was begging to sleep with me, but I didn't agree to lovemaking.
All right, I'm a bad person. I leave the husband I hate and run off with the lover I love. I'm so excited by this fine fellow's charms that I am smitten. You notice only that great adjutant stork, but further on, don't you see that soy-tong bird? Is that Lao-tong following us? Somewhere I heard she went into the palace. You can't have her anymore. That's why you came after me. Oh, are you annoyed? Let me down from the horse. I'm not going.
So brave. Aren't you afraid you'll lose your way? It's a long, windy way across a great plain. Don't give up, my jewel. Now we've come here clasped together. My feeling for you has returned. Besides, who'd believe me saying all those things? When has a rich man's wife ever come just like that? If I lost the case, that'd be normal. I've touched you too much already, that's the truth. Whether we live or die is up to fate. He hugged her, kissed her, and stroked her back lovingly. Calm down, I love you. Don't be angry.
Stop making love to me. Why should I be bruised for nothing? It's not a fee for the horse ride. Let go of my hand. I won't fall from the horse. Take your arms off.
Oh, an expert rider already, are you? He dug his heels in the colour of mist and turned back to watch over her while the horse streaked ahead, wind whooshing out of his ears. They came to Banyan Landing, pools brimmed with crystal clear water. A stream poured over rapids in a torrent. Overhanging cliffs soared above. Lovely lotus flowers peeped from behind leaves, loosed their scent into the stream. Tall trees screened the bank, and the ground was strewn with petals of blooming flowers. He lifted Wanthong down from the horse's back and urged her to change clothes and plunge into the stream. They splashed around in the water, merrily ducking and diving, laughing and joking. Blooming lotuses released their soft pearls. Limpid water lapped over rocks. He swam close to her, smiling, laughing, teasing and tickling.
Hey, why are you squeezing me there? I didn't ask your hand. I didn't ask you hands off.
Well, there's some dirt or something black on your breast. Oh, it's a mole.
Hey, too much. I'm getting angry and I'm cold. I can't bathe with you. She got out and sat laughing on the bank.
It really is cold. He led her under the shade of the banyan, cut banana leaves and laid them on the ground under the tree's shade. Then he took off all his gear. He removed his bandeau, raising hands to his forehead to pay respects. He took off his shirt dyed with powerful herbs, golden beads, belt embroidered with letters, and singled to Groot amulet heavily inscribed. They snuggled up and hugged her blissfully. Let's ask forgiveness of this holy banyan together. It's broad daylight, and he might not approve.
Don't get carried away, so my lord. It's not the end of the day yet. I came with you because of such great love. I have abandoned house and home to be your friend to death. I have allowed myself to be carried off to this forest. My love is plain to see. Aren't you ashamed in front of this banyan spirit? Even though times are hard, let's make a hut. Don't make...
We've got nothing. No curtain, no mosquito net, no home. It's like old times at our beginning. This lofty forest should make your heart bloom. Have some sympathy for me. Don't be shy of this heavenly banyan." He hugged her tightly with desire. Thunder rumbled and rain splattered heavily down, drip, drip, dripping through the banyan until the leaves were soaked, sopping, shiny wet. A breeze rippled through the forest, swaying the tree and setting its branches trembling. The pair fondled passionately and found happiness in the shade of the banyan.
The coupling greatly satisfied Wanthong. She tasted the love she had missed while they were apart, and her passion for Khun Phaen was rekindled. She picked a leaf to fan him, swatted away mosquitoes, and watched over him attentively until he fell fast asleep from great fatigue. "Oh, pity, pity, look at me now. I've come to stay in this great forest where I will be prey to its wild animals. I can't see how I can survive. Khun Phaen brought me because of love. That's obviously true, but goodness, I've never experienced this kind of hardship since the day I was born. Before, I couldn't even imagine it. Now it's sadly real. Before, I knew nothing. Now I am an expert. Before, I never met buzzing bugs and crawling caterpillars. Now I know them all. I was happy in that house. Khun Chang was very protective, let nothing upset me, and cradled me every morning and evening without fail. Life was easy and sweet. Then it was time to sleep. I had a bed and a net to fend off the mosquitoes and flies. When it was hot, I had a fine couch and someone to fan me. When I bathed, there was a fine bright mirror to admire myself, tooth powder to polish my teeth to gleam, perfumes with rich aromas, clothes and silks by the thousand. Now all is lost and gone. From here on, there will be only dust and wind, grime and gloom. Before long, we will have to weave leaves to wear."
She picked up a tree root to use as a pillow, then stared at it in utter despair. She felt the ground, finding it rough and rock hard.
"I left my home to come and sleep in these wilds where there are no lights, only the moon, no roof, only the shade of a tree. Oh, the misfortune of being born a woman. I should be happy, but I cannot be. I went astray in love's pleasures without thinking of shame. Because I wasn't wrong-willed, I now suffer. It's the best to have beautiful looks, a pretty name, and a gentle manner. If you have a terrible, wicked heart, the good in me is the best in the land. The bad nobody can match. I can't be angry at Khun Phaen. He truly loves me dearly. We've been apart a long time and he had another wife. He could have become distant. Out of love, he had the nerve to come after me and split me off to the forest. Unafraid of the clamor of a court case, he offered his life in exchange for me. I can't quit now. I have to go with him. Whether I die is down to fortune." She stretched out, slipped her arms around him and wept. Lying still, her face nestling against his, she fell asleep.